coming to you live from an upload speed of 1.17 megabytes per second. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
G'day and welcome to the 141st episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. I, as per every week, am Log Power Slave, and I am joined by my fearless comrades in arms, none other than Mylan Games and Real-Time Sloth. And you'll notice that I've actually used everyone's proper fucking name for the first time in forever, because it's a very special week this week. We get to finally talk to everyone about some of the shit that we've been burning ourselves like inside out to, you know, chewing up our guts. Can't wait to share it with the community type stuff. But before we get into that, I'm going to prick tease you a little further and make you wait. How was your week, Matt?
It's been busy, you know, with all the stuff that we're going to talk about today. And then, I mean, like yesterday, look, I had an alibi for every moment of yesterday. we're watching 13 Reasons Why at the moment, and you know, it's all about this sort of murder mystery. And I just thought, you know what? If something went wrong, yesterday would have been a great time because I was doing something every moment from about 6:30 a.m. I started the PhD stuff. I finished at the coding club by 2 o'clock. I went straight I went straight from there, an hour drive to a meet and greet for the WA Raiders clan, who invite me each year to their Western Australian clan meetup. So I went and had a couple of beers, and then I went straight from that to a 50th birthday party. And then I got home and collapsed. And then we've been working on the announcement stuff this morning, the food shopping, and then in the man. It's been crazy, but it's a fantastic week.
It has been a build up and a long build up, but it's good that it's finally here. Slothy, how are you doing, brother? Hang on. We need to just touch on two things before you even open your mouth. Firstly, what the fuck happened to your beard? And secondly, were you just vaping on stream?
Vape measure.
To answer the latter first, yes, I was. I can't put this down. It's got fantastic taste now. Secondly, I got sick of looking fucking homeless. So I shaved my beard.
It's kind of endearing.
Hey, doesn't the vape? I've heard the vape smoke puts crapple on your monitor screen.
It's all right. He can't see for shit anyway. If he's going to blow it out a nostril, Slothy, you've got a blocked nostril.
I do, yeah.
It's only going out one. Oh wow! Sloth's nasal blockages outed on live on stream. Holy shit! All right, well,
Christ.
We want to dive right into it, boys, and get this shit over and done with, so we can let the people play.
Yeah, let's just do it. Oh wait, let's just say what I'm sorry about chat at the moment. Twitch is having an absolute meltdown. It's not us. It's apparently it's been happening all morning. So if you're getting the welcome to chat room on repeat, I think that's normal.
I think it's good. Just want people to make sure that they feel really welcome.
Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome to the chat room. Guess what?
Yeah. Right.
Welcome. It's going to make the
thing that. Do you want to read it, or shall I read it?
I reckon Matty can read it because he wrote it.
I didn't even know what I'm reading. What am I reading?
Fuck, I'll read it then. Christ.
Is that what I sent you this morning?
Slothy can do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, talking about the thing that we've been hinting at for the last couple of weeks. This is our NDA is up. We can actually talk about it. We at the DDU and the Periodic Table of Awesome are incredibly excited to announce that we have been working with Bungie to give the Australian community something really special for PAX Australia in Melbourne this October. If you are thinking about going to PAX in Melbourne, this is the one to attend. Two things. Bungie is flying out Mauler, the voice actor who plays Eris Morn in the Destiny universe, and a Bungie developer to feature on the Destiny panel at PAX on Friday, the 11th of October. This panel is hosted by the Periodic Table of Awesome. We are also assisting on the panel. Secondly, Bungie is helping us, the Destiny Down Under podcast, to host a community meetup. This is going to be huge.
Big! It's gonna be big. Oh my
Huge.
God.
We finally have the opportunity to bring the Australian Destiny community together to show how passionate we are about Destiny. And Bungie really wants to support and grow the Australian community. So if you are going to PAX Australia and you would like to come to this event, we need you to register for it. It'll be on 6 p.m. Correction, it'll be at 6 p.m. on Friday, the 11th of October. The venue will be within walking distance of PAX. And if you would like to come to the community meetup, please register. You'll find the link to register for the event in the description of the audio, YouTube and audio version. So please show up and
Register.
chat with
Click.
us.
There it is.
Mate,
So-
it's
And just spamming links.
I did my recording for that this morning, and I was, nervous, excited. This is for us. It's been, when I started the YouTube channel, Mylan Games, and then we joined the podcast. I didn't know if we would ever get to this point, and to be sort of, we're coming out 5 years now, 5 years down the track, pretty much.
Yeah,
to be
Destiny,
at hopefully, I think it will be. It's going to be the epicenter for really starting that relationship between the Australian community and Bungie. I don't know if have they been to PAX in any official capacity previously, or is this the thing?
I don't
haven't
believe
been
so.
to PAX Australia.
I don't believe
think
so.
they've been to PAX Australia. Last year they had the voice actor who played Holiday and the voice actor who played Hawthorne show up last year at PAX Australia, but that was in their own capacity. I don't think Bungie have ever showed up to
I was there last
Australia
year
PAX.
so this is like, and from our conversations with them, it was like, of course we the Aussies do miss out a little bit just because geographically we are so far away from the US, and it costs money to get people here, and it is a huge expense, and Bungie really want to make sure that we feel welcomed, and that we the Australian community is nurtured and is growing. So it's really cool to see them dedicate some resources to coming out and supporting this sort of get together.
We would like to we don't have any control about what Bungie do. I know it was said a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, hi Yazzie in the chat, or hey Yazzie. We don't have any control about Bungie going to New Zealand for any sort of PAX in New Zealand. I think it's Christchurch. I think it is where they have it. But come across, guys. If you're in the NZ, seriously, no, like grab a ticket. Grab a ticket. Come across. We'd love to see you. We'd love to bring Australia and New Zealand Guardians together. We'd love to have some content creators. We'd love to see Prawl in there, for fuck's sake. Like that dude's
I'm pretty sure he'll be there.
Tell you what, well, I like hanging out with New Zealanders. Right? It's gonna be a bit dangerous when you get too many Aussies and New Zealanders together.
Right. So check the again, for the YouTube for YouTube and people listening on Spotify and other audio sources, the link is in the description. Please,
I'll explain that.
Sign up on that.
I'll explain that. So the deal with this is Bungie are basically booking a space for us to be able to get everyone together and have it be a concentrated zone of Guardian-related awesomeness that we've just called the Beer Garden of Salvation because the name of the raid. So we'll be like expanding the information related to that coming, like as we get closer to the date. We'll know more about the venue and that sort of stuff, but we're definitely doing it. So you need to get in and register through Eventbrite. Now that link will be in the description of everything that is related to this episode of the podcast, and probably from here to PAX. We don't have infinite room, so if you seriously want to get there, you're going to need to register and register quickly. It's, obviously we want to show Bungie what this means to us as a community, to be able to get them out here and have them support our events. So, the quicker the better. On the panel front, it'll be headed by Periodic Table of Awesome, who are lovely people that we've worked with before, who've done the Destiny PAX panels before. So it's awesome to be able to get them in there. And, if you've been to PAX and you've seen Destiny panels in the past, that it's going to be a somewhat familiar experience, and we're gonna help. We're going to keep a lid on what we're actually doing between now and then, but we're going to be there. We're going to help. And then after that, we're all going to go to this place, the Beer Garden of Salvation, and we're all going to have a yarn, have a beer, and have a great time and celebrate Destiny and our own Australian community. So if there's any questions about any of it, please tweet any of the three of us. That is basically what I'm going to be.
Let me answer some questions in chat right now. So, because they're good questions actually. So, someone said, "Do we need a PAX ticket?" So there are two events. The first is the 4 p.m. panel that's inside PAX with the Periodic Table of Awesome and Eris Morn. Yeah, Eris Morn will be there. The developer will be there. You'll need a ticket so you can get into PAX to see that event. There will be some giveaways. We haven't announced them yet. We're still organizing them. I 100% can tell you, I've said to Bungie, the Australian community really want those fucking emblems. and we want the same stuff that everyone else gets opportunity to pick up at the other events. So they are organizing that for us. With the community event, you just have to register on Eventbrite. You don't need to be...
Yeah, you don't need to attend PAX, and it's free.
It's going to be near PAX though, so you basically can go. You can walk straight out. You can walk straight from seeing the Destiny panel with Eris Morn and all that, straight to the community event. I don't think we have confirmation about Eris Morla coming to the. I'm pretty sure they're going to come to the community event. I don't think we can say anything yet. But
unless we manage to scare them off beforehand.
I'm pretty sure we can peer pressure them to come over, right? Whatever.
Oh, you flew all the way here. You might as well. Come on.
Yeah, come have a fucking beer.
All you need to bring, ladies and gentlemen, all you need to do is sign up to come to the meetup. All you have to do is sign up on Eventbrite. Bring your wallet, because beer isn't free. Go fuck yourselves. And
I don't know. Mylan's going to buy first round, I heard, with his fucking YouTube fame money. Yeah.
Right? First round.
One final point on this is that due to some changes in circumstance, I will be attending.
We're all going to be there, baby.
The Triforce of Destiny related alcohol shenanigans will be reassembled at PAX. So, man, I can't. This is, I mean, just to touch on a fucking self pat on the back. This is what we wanted to do with the podcast when we started it, and it was born of the frustration of sort of being the little brother left out in the dark, and to be able to finally do this at a time where Bungie are sort of re-establishing themselves and the way they interact with their community. It's going to be an incredible time, and for them to be sending out a dev that we're going to be able to talk to on a panel or whatever and ask questions and get that in-person sort of open dialogue with them that like people like Luke Smith have spearheaded over the recent months since the separation from Activision. I can't wait, man. This is just huge. It's going to be incredible.
And this is a big, this is since the Activision split, this is their first, really showing that they care about all the different communities, and they, we haven't been high on the list previously because, we are a smaller community, and, when it comes to having Activision and publishers and people to report to, they couldn't always do what they thought was best. And, they're in a position now where they can do that. So, Oh man, it's gonna be good.
Just
Last but not least, we'll talk about this in the questions at the end. We can discuss it. Twitch is still going batshit. That's fine. I hope everyone feels really being welcomed. But I just want to put a mad shout out to B and Amber. You know who you are, you beautiful people. And without them being willing to, take a punt with us and all of this sort of shit, none of this happens. So it is beautiful, and we are from the bottom of our wretched black guts thankful to you for letting us be involved. So holy shit, there we are, it's out now. We've been sitting on this for weeks.
We've been sitting on this for fucking weeks, guys.
Right.
Just a little bit of housekeeping though. We're going to put it in the Eventbrite thingo soon, but just so you're aware, for people who are afraid of whatever, we are going to limit IRL streaming from the event.
Yeah.
We, the TTPOA, so the Periodic Table of Awesome, and us, we might be doing some video recording. We'll ask before anybody gets recorded, we'll ask to make sure that it's okay. So if you value your privacy or anything like that, we won't take any photos, we won't do any videos of you, but we must ask that anybody who does attend the event do no IRL streaming. That's
we
just
don't want,
for people's privacy.
We don't want anyone feeling awkward about being there. We don't want any, we don't want a fucking TwitchCon, really, is what we don't want.
We don't want a TwitchCon.
I can tell you this, right? Like, just from my experience at Guardian Con, you're gonna want to just be in the moment and be talking to, obviously we're reaching out to all the other Australian content creators for Destiny, the Twitch streamers, the content creators, to bring their communities down too. You just got to want to be in the moment, bring your phone,
take
say
pictures.
hi,
take
pictures and stuff like that. So you've got the memories for it, and just enjoy what the Destiny.
We're not going to be streaming, just so you're aware. We will not be streaming. The three of us, nor the DDU channel will not be streaming.
And if we are recording, it'll be like pretty heavily edited after the fact. That may be something that we can share through here or put on Twitter or whatever, just to show the rest of the Guardian world what Destiny in Australia is all about. I nearly said Destiny Down Under, but I think they've got a fucking handle on what we three idiots are all about. All right. Well, that's that.
So that's that done. Guys, the event link, again, down in the description. Go check it out. Sign up if you are able to make it. Right, the TWAB. The TWAB this week is, well, I think it's full of quite a bit of information. Like we make the joke usually, it's just like, oh yeah, fucking ha ha ha. There's not really much in the way of things to talk about, but there really is. Interesting that command didn't work. Oh, shit happens. Right. The when Shadowkeep launches, so first of all, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep Collector's Edition is sold out. It's done, dusted. See you later. It's not working. There's no more Destiny Destiny 2 Collector's Edition, Shadowkeep Collector's Edition to be sold. There are 7 copies that Bungie are holding out on to give away. There is a strike team. It's a special strike team Bungie bounty, but it is on Xbox Live, and it's on mixer.com/Bungie. And it is the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, and the Bungie CEO, Pete Parsons, will be doing some gameplay on Xbox Live over on the Bungie Mixer account. Bungie Mixer account. So if you want to go check that out, that is on Thursday, September 10th from 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So if you want to go check that out, go and do that. Right. Sandbox changes.
How good is just that image of just the green, very Xboxy looking fucking very Xboxy looking Titan, and the hunter that's no doubt representing Pete Parsons there. So I don't know. I think
and doing the fucking fusion dance from Dragon Ball.
Right. Like, I don't know. I love this sort of stuff.
That's
both pretty cool
bordering
guys,
on the the IP fucking boundary.
Hey, we don't talk about
That's
that.
right.
It's only Fortnite that does bad shit like that. Destiny's fine.
So the director update, when Shadowkeep launches, your Crucible director will look a bit different. Here's a quick rundown for the director's cut. We've removed quick play and competitive nodes from the director. If you're looking for an experience like quick play, we've added a classic mix, a connection-based playlist like Quick Play Today. Classic mix includes Control, Clash, and Supremacy. Competitive is replaced by a 3v3 survival, which now awards glory. We've also added a survival solo queue playlist, which also awards glory. We've added a 6v6 control as its own playlist with the potential influx of new players. Influx of new players this fall. We want to have a playlist that signals to new players where to start. We feel like 6v6 control is the right place when introducing new friends to Destiny. I think that's a fantastic place.
I reckon,
and we've added a...
Sorry, Slothy, continue. We'll talk about it after this.
We've added a weekly 6v6 rotator and a weekly 4v4 rotator. These rotator playlists are where modes like Clash, Supremacy, Mayhem, Lockdown, and Countdown will appear. Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say, I think Control might end up being one of the most popular playlists anyway, just to go in and know that you're going to be playing Control, right?
Yeah.
I fully foresee that it'll start out as a breeding ground, but it'll just end up where everyone is, right? Like, I don't know. I think it depends on what they put in the other 6v6 playlists. So, time will tell.
So they've added the solo queue playlist where you'll only match other solos. I think that's going to be a very active playlist because who wants to go up against stacks?
Yeah, no one.
No,
yeah,
I've watched people play Iron Banner. It's happened to us when we've been 6-stacking in normal PvP. People pull out, they see a 6-stack and they go, no, fuck yeah, I'm done. And they go away. So solo queue competitive, which is fantastic. And it's a 3v3 survival. I know that some people don't enjoy bomb. Some people really don't enjoy bomb. And I've spoken to those people, Sassy, Maxi, all that sort of thing. So that's kind of nice.
Are people happy about this? Like, what's the reaction from the community for 3v3 survival competitive?
I have been trawling through Twitter for the last hour and a half, and I haven't seen too much the way of for or against.
I think it's really like people are encouraged by it moving to 3v3, right? Because that ties in very heavily with a return of maybe a game mode that people have been really clamoring for a long time. I mean, survival is cool, so I guess that's fine. I don't. My concern is that some of the maps are going to be probably a little bit big for the 3v3, but who knows? So that's more like.
Well, maybe they're going to have certain maps.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're heavily curating the playlists, which we'll get into.
Yeah, which is really nice. The 4v4 rotator, I can see a lot of people playing Clash. Some people playing Supremacy. Mayhem is a definite lockdown and countdown, though. I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people, because a lot of people don't like, as soon as they see countdown, they just sort of back out. Lockdown has never really been popular. It's never really been that popular. Like you need to play it for Unbroken, and people who have played it have already gotten it, but it's not. And Supremacy with the tick rate of the game and all that sort of shit, it's just meh. It's very meh. Very, very meh.
I'm so sorry I'm so quiet during this because this is like, I've been working on all the other stuff and then it's like,
haven't had a chance to look.
Like PvP, I'm like, yep, I'll just take your word for that slot.
I don't know, Assassin chat, give us a fucking informed opinion, please.
Right. We want to create some variety in the PvP experience from season to season. One way we're doing this is to bench some maps for the season while they're out of rotation. If time allows, we will also hope to improve how they play by tweaking spawn areas, ammo spawns, and overall structure so they return better than before. The first 4 to be removed from all playlists are Dead Cliffs, Legion's Gulch, Retribution, and Solitude. A lot of people are happy that Legion's Gulch and Dead Cliffs are going. I would have loved Equinox to get a
get the old
a fuck off, and I'll throw out, but shit happens.
Strong pulse rifle map. Just to encourage everyone to crutch on the dad furnace.
Yeah. We also made a pass on all playlists, removing some maps from playlists where they don't shine. Equinox is now only Scorched, Mayhem, and Breakthrough. Firebase Echo is only in Supremacy, Mayhem, and Breakthrough. While we are removing a few maps, we're also introducing Widow's Call. Yes. Twilight Gap. Yes. And the new map, Fragment, where Think Dreaming City meets Infinite Forest. And just looking at the screenshot here.
That's a fair summation, isn't it? Lots of, it's pretty all over the shop. Good. Very pretty.
Elimination is also making its return to Destiny 2 via Crucible Labs. We'll be testing out multiple variants of elimination rule sets and settings to see how the mode plays with the new weapons and abilities of Destiny 2.
There's a lot of changes, man. This is
a lot of changes. So it's going to be very heavy of me talking here, guys. So I do apologize if you don't like my voice. But you know what? Go fuck yourself and suck on your uncle's ballsack.
Sloth, can you make me a promise?
Yes.
Never change. Just never change.
Heavy ammo sharing. Heavy ammo is shared only in all 6v6 modes. Those crates have a sparkling effect to denote this. Once a player picks up heavy ammo, their teammates have a limited amount of time, currently 7 seconds. This is something that we can tweak between seasons based on community feedback to interact with the same ammo crate to get heavy ammo. If the other team picked up the crate, it will turn red to indicate you cannot pick it up during this period. When the time window expires, the crate despawns. Each player gets less heavy ammo from shared crates than they do from unshared crates in 4v4 and 3v3 modes. The amount of ammo you receive from a crate is static and does not change based on how many teammates share the crate. I would love to see heavy ammo not shared.
I don't know. I kind of like this thing because it brings back a really interesting dynamic that we haven't seen for a long time in that if you've got a really well-timed super.
Waiting to pull ammo.
Yeah, and there's that whole, quick, everyone gather in. And then, think about how dangerous that is in the context of, we've got a game now with Thunder Crash. Or fucking, what's that, the really long range, is that the name for it? I haven't used it in ages, but you could literally obliterate an entire team and end up with a heavy. Yeah. So
electric dick.
When I won't lie, I agreed with you the first time I read it through, but once I thought about how that opens up kind of opportunity for the game to vary, and that, if you play your cards right, you'll get heavy as well to be able to counter their heavy. I kind of like it. And it's a classic D1 thing, I think. So
I think we don't have shared heavy at the moment. And I think at the moment heavy is quite good. Obviously some weapons could use less heavy from picking it up straight from the wall. But I'm not a fan. I don't think shared heavy is the answer. Everyone having heavy shouldn't be the answer for this. However, thinking about the changes to the supers, it might complement each other. Rank systems, streaks, and flaws. Glory, Valor, and Infamy streaks have been made more resilient. Instead of resetting your streak, losses now reduce your Valor and Infamy streaks by 1 and your Glory streak by 2. You can still lose Glory, but if your rank is at or below Fabled, you can't lose Glory. If doing so would drop you below that rank. Each rank below through Fabled acts as a floor for Glory. Cool. I'm okay with that. That means people who are wanting to go get a recluse, because how many points is Fabled? Is that 2100?
2100.
Yep. So if you can't go any further than Fabled, like if you can't drop down, that means a lot of people are going to be wanting to jump into comp. So tie that in with the solo comp queues, the 3v3 comp queues, and all that sort of thing. I reckon that's a nice change. Well done.
I think the other thing it'll do is allow people to get to their level and continue to play there without fear of being punished for a few bad games. And you guys have sort of been on the receiving end of it a bit with me kind of like talking to Sassy and that about improving of late. And while I'd like to play comp, I feel like I've got to have a good team together to be able to go in there and really be effective and whatever. And obviously, now that there's the solo queue play thing is one aspect that is going to allow me to go in without a team and not be so concerned. But the other is that if I know that I can go in there And even if I have 5 shit games, I'm not going to undo everything I've done over the last month. Then I'm more happy with that. So effectively, it'll put you in a bracket, and that bracket, it represents you at your best, and then you can continue to compete there. So I think it's really a really positive thing, and it's been a little bit understated sort of up until now.
A good not losing rank is fantastic and all that sort of thing. But I don't think Fabled. I don't think Fabled is low enough.
You don't reckon?
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know,
because to get Fabled is 2100, and that's a pinnacle weapon. To be a pinnacle player, obviously I didn't get it. Like a friend of mine got my pinnacle weapons because I refused to play Destiny 2 competitive. But I think a good level is 1700, and then if you go up from there, cool. But if once you get to 1700, you can't go any lower than that. I think that's kind of nice, because pinnacle means trying a lot harder.
Yeah, let's just see how it pans out.
I don't know.
Let's just see how it pans out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Destiny 2 competitive matchmaking, skill and glory. Destiny has always tracked skill behind the scenes, taking into account things like kills, damage dealt, and so forth. These factors all contribute to a player's skill ranking. In Season 8, we've mapped skill rankings to glory ranks, with the lowest end of the scale mapping to Guardian 1 and the highest end of the scale mapping to Legend. And most players are somewhere between those extremes. Well, yeah, every player is in between those extremes. Like, what the fuck?
Some people are just gods.
There's not like Legend fucking 16. The fuck you mean?
Can I just insert something quickly, Slothy, just for the sake of the back end of the show?
No, do not insert anything into me.
I'm not into you, into the chat.
All right. Okay,
here is a link to a Twitch post from the DDU account. If you've got questions for later in the show that you'd like to see us answer, because Twitch chat is absolutely fucking cooked, please jump onto this Twitter post and ask your questions there, and we will get to them. I don't want to miss any questions. I think that's important. Sorry, Slothy, for that bizarre insertion. Moving on.
As you play in the survival playlist, the glory system will accelerate you to the rank that corresponds to your skill ranking. If your current rank is below where your skill rating says you should be, you'll earn extra glory based on the criteria above. So you can get your expected rank faster and lose less glory, so you don't fall farther away. Once you reach your expected rank, glory gains and losses will normalize. Meanwhile, your skill rating is continually adjusting based on your performance, shifting the system's understanding of your expected rank, and causing the glory system to respond by pulling you towards that rank. The result that should be that over time your glory rank will become an accurate reflection of your skill. It also means that teammates of different skill will experience different glory adjustments in the same survival match. Crucible? Yeah.
Can I just say, you know how sometimes I try to explain the lore to people and they're like, I have fucking no idea what this guy's talking about.
You're describing the thing where you talk to me in Sloth and your eyes kind of glaze over and you can tell
I fucking feel that feeling right now. I have fucking no idea what's happening. Someone who just never played
Maybe
PvP.
You should have finished school, you dumb cunt.
I'm trying to finish.
He's doing his best, mate. Give him a go. All right, let's blast through this shit so we can talk about stuff Matt wants to talk about.
I want to talk about the law. Right. Sandbox changes. I'm not going to read this verbatim. Night Stalk away at the Pathfinder. Vanish. Smoke Bomb grants invisibility to allies. Gives one half of the pack, newly revamped to all allies hit. Grants plus 34 armor to armor recovery and agility, gives max weapon reload speed and handling, max 3 stacks, increased invisibility duration from 7 to 8 seconds. Oof. Provision, killing tethered enemies, creates super orbs, increases agility, armor, and recovery for all allies. The new perk, damaging enemies with your grenades reduces the super cooldown of your smoke, so the cooldown of your bomb, 6% per damage tick. Making in allies invis gives you grenade energy 17.5% per ally.
That seems pretty high, right? 17.5% per ally.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you're in a raid, it's almost 20%. That's almost if everyone's in a pile, that's like a grenade back.
You get your grenade back, yeah.
Everyone to the pile.
Everyone to the pile.
Everyone to the pile.
Mobius Quiver. Fire super multiple times and deal massive damage to tethered targets. Added the old provision perk to naturally be part of Mobius Quiver. Killing tethered enemies creates super orbs and grants Heart of the Pack for allies. Expanded the range of Heart of the Pack from 20 to 30 meters. Shadow Shot super top and bottom path. Damage increased from 150 to 250. That means it's a one-shot kill in PvP. Improved tether accuracy near obstacles. Suppress on hit is more consistent. Fantastic. Sentinel Code of the Protector, the top tree of purple Titans. Great Titans. Great flavored crayons? I don't know. Defensive
Hubba
strike,
Bubba.
melee. Hubba Bubba flavored crayons. Melee ability that creates an overshield for nearby allies. All kills while the overshield is active grant melee energy for the player with the shield. Works for all allies you grant a shield to. This is based on enemy threat level from 5% minus to 25% players and bosses. Rallying Force. Melee kills heal nearby allies. Heal buff from 10 health to 10 and 10 shields to 10 health and 20 shields. That's a 50% increase. Ward of Dawn, increased Ward of Dawn health versus supers. Most supers will require the whole thing to be dumped inside the onto the ward to destroy it, but will usually not kill the players inside. Grants weapons of light buff when passing through it, 35% weapon damage for 15 seconds, and grants additional super orbs up to 3. Sentinel Code of the Aggressor, Shield Bash, shoulder charge that disorients nearby enemies, now suppresses the target hit, and any enemy within 2 meters now suppresses the target hit. That is PvP police if I've ever seen them.
That's good.
That is PvP.
It's rude.
Fantastic.
I just like to see one of the lesser used ones being bought up. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
you know, this is why I fucking gave up being a warlock, because every fucking week it's, we're just going to buff, hunters and titans. Oh, yeah, it's pretty strong. We're just going to buff them a little bit more. Meanwhile, this fucking warlock is sitting in the corner.
Shut up.
Matt.
Let me get to it, you fucking numpty. Jesus. Voidwalker Attunement of Hunger.
Want to know why Titans are better?
Nova Bomb leaves behind a damaging AoE pool. Initial explosion damage is increased by 15%, and the lingering damage is increased 15%. Oh, fuck. That's a buff. Dawnblade Achievement of Grace. The Well of Radiance, alternate super that creates a healing buffing field for allies. Grants an additional super orb up to 3. Nerfs. Night Stalker, Way of the Trapper. Fires an arrow that damages enemies and debuffs enemies nearby. Damage sharing for the Night Stalker's player specifically reduced from 100% to 50%. Now all allied players have 50% damage sharing on Tether. Night Stalker, Way of the Wraith. Flawless Execution. Headshot kills while crouched. Grant invisibility and True Sight. True Sight now lasts 3 seconds, down from 9. Fuck
that's big.
me. That is amazing.
Thank God for that.
Shattering Strike. After performing a flawless execution, your melee attacks have a longer lunge range and weaken enemies. Advanced warning. When we made the change to flawless execution, this also unintentionally nerfed this ability to only last 3 seconds. We have prepared a fix for 4.6.1 patch to restore the weaken and lunge range to last the entire 9 seconds, regardless of true sight and the invisibility status. Yeah. Okay. So instant reloading, guys. The people have seen this, and we've talked about this a lot. Is that when you chuck down a Well of Radiance, especially in PvE, like a raid or something like that, most warlocks are wearing lunafactions. It automatically reloads your shit, like instant reload. They're changing that to it will reload your stuff, but it's going to reload over time, which I think is a fantastic change. Instead of instant reloading with lunafactions and the Warlock Rift and the Well of Radiance, it now provides a large increase to reload speed during the duration of the Well of Radiance, and this exotic no longer automatically reloads weapons from your reserves. Same with the Titan Rally Barricade, which is fucking amazing. I think that is an excellent change. It's going to stop people. Well, it's going to hinder people burning bosses, and it's going to stop people from camping certain places with a fighting lion or a mountaintop in PvP, and just standing there spamming grenades at an area. I think this is a fantastic change. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I think it is.
I think it's necessary.
I'm still sighing for a different reason, but I think definitely needed because it just hinders them for raid mechanics, for any DPS phase, for what you need to go into a raid. The whole point of getting power and getting the right weapon and getting the right rolls, and it just didn't matter. You just stand in the middle, stand in a well, unleash DPS.
I think it'll pair really well with the new bubble, given that Weapons of Light's coming back too, in that it'll give you like
it's going to pair really well with
if you've got the bubble and then you've got the well and you set them both down in the same spot, you've got this sort of bubble of invulnerability that you're able to dip in and out of that will reload your shit when you need to. You only need to come back in there to get your reload to then pop out again and be doing increased damage on a target. I think there's no doubt that it was kind of broken because it was the one thing that everyone's like, well, do we have a warlock that's going to well for literally every fucking piece of content where you had to do
that's
lots
literally
of DPS?
that's literally all I've done in like every raid, basically.
But the thing about this though, it's going to change from do you have a warlock with a well to do you have a Titan with a bubble?
Yeah, but at the same time, the bubble doesn't increase your reload speed. So, like, what?
Yeah, but you've got a fucking barrier. So all you have to do is drop a barrier, which costs you fucking nothing, and then put a bubble down.
Titan Masterclass. Suck it.
Well, no, look, this is
no. You were just whinging. You were just fucking whinging about warlocks being fucking nerfed and all that sort of thing, and now you're whinging about fucking Titans being. Just shut up.
Yeah, but Titan's been
Matt, you know how you can overcome this obstacle in your life, and you know what I'm going to tell you, and it's what me and Sloth have been telling you for 2 years.
I'm already going to be a Titan. Look,
one of us.
Look, why does your class ability literally equals a warlock using their super whilst wearing exotic boots? Your fucking barricade does the exact fucking thing as that. And
yeah, so they've changed that. They've also added the fact that your fucking ability as a warlock also does the same thing with lunar factions.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
So we're good. Anyway, let's talk.
I know I've banged on about that forever. I still don't. I don't think the rally barricade ability is in the right spot. Still, I don't think you should do that.
It is very strong. It is very strong.
I can expect.
It would be useful if you only had the perk that it just protected you, right? Like it would still be really useful to have it coupled with the fact that you don't need to fucking reload at all if you're standing within 3 meters of it. It's like, I'm not arguing with you, Matt. It's fucking busted, but like
it does need an adjustment, and I see it getting an adjustment, but I can also see lunar factions getting an adjustment as well to make the reload speed quicker or feed back into your weapons when they're stowed or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you get the damage buff from the well as well, but it is a super. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
because you get the
fuck up and deal with it.
Right. No, it's all right. We all need a whinge every now and then. Let him have one.
No, he whinges every week about warlocks and how soft they are. Every fucking week without fail. Warlocks are soft. Stick to your fucking books.
Can we talk about the other thing that was the glaring omission to this? That I was like, I went into this TWAB knowing that there was fucking buffs and nerfs to classes going on, going, oh my god, they are going to absolutely fist bottom tree striker so hard that it can't sit down for the next 9 months, and it's just not in there at all.
And they didn't.
You know what? I'm expecting it'll come next week or something.
Yeah, but no, the roaming supers are going to be weaker, so I think they're hoping that that'll balance it out.
Right, yeah, the roaming supers, they've already said that there will be an adjustment for it, which is good. You should be able to one shot if you're using a slow firing sniper. You should be able to one shot a roaming super.
Yeah, I agree. I
You
agree.
should- you
It
should be
allows that
able to.
element of
Like,
skill.
I'm talking what's the slowest firing sniper? Like a 70 RPM or something?
Oh, dude, you're talking to a guy that uses hand cannons and shotguns. I've had a sniper on him forever. Chat, please.
No, but like it should be a very, very slow, hard hitting sniper that could take out roaming supers, and that should be fine. 72 RPM. Thank you, Maxi. So I feel that supers like Dawnblade and supers like Bottom Tree Striker will be put into the ground. Well, not into the ground, but they should be adjusted down.
Yeah, I think we're going to come back closer to one-shot supers being much more powerful, right? Like, you know, I mean they are like but the roaming supers really need to I'm happy with this change. Like, as much as I'm someone who uses roaming supers at the moment, as like I'm on bottom tree hammers now, I do feel that, you know, they're well out of balance, like, and they have been for a long time. So I'm not unhappy about the changes, but at the same time, I'm going to have to change the way I play based on that, because I'm not that good.
I was having a conversation on stream this week when I did for the power of the community. We served the Soviet newt fucking Destiny stream this week.
Shameless plug, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah, fuck yourself.
It's your podcast.
It's a third of my podcast. Cunt. No, it's I love the fact that they're adjusting all these. But how many people in PvP up until, very recently, have seen middle tree hammers on Titans in PvP?
Yeah, you just don't. You don't. You rarely see middle tree striker either. So, you know, because it's a one-shot super, you've either got to be really good with it and hope you get really lucky. But it's all about the roaming supers. And man, I hope that changes somewhat. Like, I don't. Yeah, we'll see. It's one of those things. We're kind of in the unknown. But yeah.
Do you want to read the next one there, bud?
What was the next one?
Super energy regeneration.
Super energy regeneration. All right, give it here. All right. Goal! Goal! These changes were to reduce the speed with which players are able to earn their super, which supports difficulty and reduces the current ability to trivialize certain content through excessively chaining supers. Systemically, we want to reduce the base sources of supers on a large macro scale without diminishing the feeling that your actions are gaining you a worthwhile energy boost. By reducing the speed at which you gain super, we can make mods and perks feel more worthwhile. But we still want it to feel like you can make meaningful progress, not only through normal play, but by augmenting super ability through teamwork, class choices, gear, and skillful play. So basically, they're reducing the standard way that we just gradually accumulate super to make our choices in terms of mods and working together more pronounced. Good.
It's
I can read the
look,
numbers,
to be honest, I don't really envy anyone in Sandbox with the amount of changes that are coming and how much thought and issues there are going to be with balancing this, just because there are so many variables now. When they add the Armor 2.0 and you've got mods and you've got this and you've got that, and like it's gonna be a couple months, I think, when Shadowkeep releases, just because without doubt something is going to slip through.
Yeah,
there'll either be there's going to be something that's ridiculously powerful or a mod that's too good, and that's just the way it's going to happen.
Little darling.
Yeah, it's just the way it's going to be, little darling.
You go riding on the horses.
But the thing, the issue that I have with this is that it's going to make the meta very small. It means that people will be running the same mods on the same bits of armor and the same exotics.
That's what I was thinking.
And that's the thing that's going to that's the thing that's really going to bother me, I think, at this point in time.
Yeah,
one of those
as soon as I
things.
read that, I just thought, okay, super mods is like pretty much all you're going to put into your armor now.
Yeah. So to
I don't
adjust this, to adjust this, I would think, now saying this knowing full well that I'm not a dev or anything like that, but to adjust this, they really need to have a think about how many mods can be put on. And obviously they have, with the way that Armor 2.0 works.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. There's going to be so much testing that needs to happen. I mean, they're obviously already doing the testing, but even once it goes live, I think there's going to be just
it'll be continually refined over the next year.
A lot of work to refine it. Yeah,
and I think they know that, because they've reiterated the point numerous times at this point in time that they're able to tweak individual mods and all that sort of stuff, so that going forward, if something is completely fucking gut busted, they can jump in and it's like a week or two turnaround, and not the 3 months that we kind of have to wait now. So I think that's a good way to be going. I do share the concerns, but I don't know. I also think that when there's a few different ways to go about it. Like, if you're going to back yourself to be able to get kills that'll give you super, then wouldn't it make as much sense to be able to supercharge your abilities into getting those kills, rather than just spec into the ambient shit that'll give you your super back a bit quicker? I think there's a balance there that's got to be, the actions that you do in game to earn your super need to be in balance or ahead of the things that the ambient supercharge. So I don't know, maybe it'll, who knows. This is why I'm not a dev.
Yeah.
That and all that other shit.
Well,
I'm not
this
envious.
is the thing, is that and this is something that I've sort of kept an eye on recently, is that all these changes, someone's going to be unhappy with it, because that's just the way the Destiny community is that someone is always unhappy with the changes, whether it's a minority or a majority. If you don't like these changes, and we've said this once and I'll say it again, if you don't like these changes, be constructive as to the best of your ability. Be constructive on Twitter, or be constructive on the forums. Probably the forums would be the best place to be. Be constructive, and don't be a fucking lazy armchair dev that just says, Bungie can't code. It's been a bug. Bungie can't code. So it's fucking you know what? No, cunt. Shut up.
You just make
fucking
yourself
stop
look like
calling
a
for
fucking
people's
fool.
jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making yourself look like a fool.
Yeah.
Actually think about it. And if you don't have anything to add to the conversation, just say, I don't have anything to add to. I don't know. I don't know how to fix this.
While we're on the fucking Reddit salt wagon of bullshit. Oh, hang on, is it later in the thing that we get to it? Never mind, we'll get to it.
No. Player damage buffs. Player bonuses. Bonus damage applies to all player weapons simultaneously and no longer stack multiplicatively. Multiplicatively.
Multiplicatively.
All right, we've got it. Woo! Right. The highest applicable bonus will be used instead. This does not affect single weapon buffs such as Rampage, Kill Clip, or exotic weapons that increase their own damage. These will stack multiplicatively. The buffs that provide, I read that like I have some sort of speech impediment. I'm not taking the piss. I just can't read, guys.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Buffs that improve that, I've been speaking English for fucking nearly 35 years, and I still can't speak English. What the fuck?
Yep, hopeless. Let's go.
Right. This does not, buffs that provide bonus damage will exist simultaneously on the player. So in the event that one with the highest multiplier wears off, the next highest will be used. This change will affect the following weapons and abilities: Empowering Rift. No, I'm 40, Sora. But I only learned how to speak when I was like 4. Things you know about Sloth now.
Move on. Come on. We're nearly through the wall of text, Sloth. Don't give up now.
Fuck. Empowering Rift, Frontal Assault, Guiding Flame, Sun Warrior, Inertia Override, Well of Radiance, Lumina, and Noble Rounds and Weapons of Light. Notable exceptions: Vengeance, the one-eyed mask. Fantastic.
Yeah, good.
Nearly all the time, the one-eyed mask needs to be put 6 feet under.
Anyway,
frontal assault bonus damage is now 20%. Sun Warrior bonus damage is now 20%. Well of Radiance bonus damage is now 25%. It was previously 35%. And Weapons of Light bonus damage is now 35%, previously 25%. Enemy debuffs weakened. Shadow Shot incoming PvE damage is now 30%, previously 35%. Incoming PvP damage is now 50%, previously 55%. This effect no longer excludes power weapons. Tractor Cannon incoming PvE damage is now 30% for all elements, previously 35 to 50% for non-void void damage, respectively. Incoming PvP damage is now 50% for all elements, previously 33%, 50% for non-void void damage, respectively. Hammer Strike incoming PvE damage is now 30%, previously at 50%. Duration is increased from 6 to 10 seconds in PvE. Shattering Strike incoming PvE damage is now 30%. Previously it was 50%, and duration has been increased from 6 to 10 seconds in PvE. So Tractor Cannon Tractor Cannon and Spike Grenades, especially Void Spike Grenades, was the thing to use in Crown of Sorrow. With these changes, it means that people can they can feel like they can go out and do something else. They can go out and use other weapons.
Yep.
Because a lot of people, like they're so stuck to the meta, they're so stuck in their way, so they won't use anything else. So use a hand cannon or Outbreak Prime Recluse, or a hand cannon Recluse with a Anarchy, which was a 33%, but that was to chain Garan shields, or they would use Tractor Cannon Spike Grenades for the final fight. So the changes with the ammo, with the reloading, quick reloading with Well of Radiance, the little puddles on the ground that Warlocks make, and the Rally Barricade, with these changes will actually get people to use other weapons. And I actually love it.
I can tell you right now, this new raid is going to be tough just based on changes.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot to adjust to in a week, right?
It's like every strategy that you use to do DPS.
Yeah, it's just fundamentally shifted.
It's fundamentally changed.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a good thing.
Cool, because now you might be like, all right, now I need to use snipers and hit my shots. I can't just, now it's worth looking at the reload speed of weapons and not just how much damage you can put out. Now we might need to be in different positions, and people have different
positioning,
roles,
communication, skill.
Yeah.
Like that is what makes a good raid. And I think that's why Last Wish was so good, because it was positioning, weapons, loadouts, supers, skill, communication. That's just fantastic. Reduced super damage resistance, which we did allude to before. Super damage resistance removed from Masterwork armor. Inherent super damage resistance lowered from 54 to 49%. Nova Warp, Thunder Crash, Blade Barrage, Nova Bomb, Well of Radiance from 56 to 51%. Hammer of Soul and Daybreak from 60 to 53%. Fist of Havoc, Burning Maul, Sentinel Shield, Arc Staff, Arc Lightning, and Shadow Shot. And then the unchanged is Spectral Blades, Golden Gun, and Chaos Reach. Yeah. I'm completely okay with those changes. If you're not sure what they mean, is that they're the high damage resistant supers, i.e. Fist of Havoc, Burning Maul, Sentinel Shield, Arc Staff, Arc Lightning, and Shadow Shot, they've been dropped. So it's not 60%, it's now 53%.
Yeah, pretty considerably too. Like that's that's big. That's more than 10%.
That's
so
a big
maths,
change.
quick maths. Stay in school, kids.
Well, it's not more than 10%. It's 60 to 53, bud.
I know. 7%. So it's more than 10% of its original value, which would be 6. Quick maths. Get on it.
Oh, fuck off, you fucking fuck. Right.
I'm going to go get a beer because this next lot makes me fucking angry.
So we've also got some... upcoming armor collections as well,
Yeah.
guys. The Dream Bane armor set. I think it looks kind of cool.
So Dream Bane, there's always a theme with Bane, like Riven's Bane, as in, those who defeat Riven. We had Hive Bane when we first defeated was it Crota? Was that Hive Bane? Something like that. Anyway.
Yeah, Bane.
Dream,
I think it was
Dream Bane. So this is a link to the nightmares on the moon, I guess. Obviously, it's all astronaut gear, so a link.
Well,
to...
the Titan is definitely an astronaut type of situation. The Hunter, I think the Titan and the Hunter look really good. The Warlock,
I don't know what's happening. I'm glad I'm not fucking running the Warlock.
I think like the Warlock helmet looks like he's just got a hood on and he's just put a mask on that you'd go to a fucking gala ball with. And then he's just got a whole bunch of pennies that he's shined up and then fucking blue tack to the front of his armor.
I mean, I'm not a huge... There's definitely some better armor pieces going down. I'm not a huge fan of the Dream Bane set, but be interesting to see how it links to the activities. And I assume it's going to involve the nightmares and whatever would do it on the moon with that. That's
Welcome back, fat boy.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah, no worries. The Garden of Salvation. So what's your thoughts on the Dreambane set, Log?
Well, it's not something I'll be using particularly. I like it because if you want to cosplay as a spaceman while you're playing Destiny, you can now. Or a creepy owl-looking hunter, or the Ooga Booga dude from what's his name from Crash Bandicoot, the Warlock, Aku. Yeah, you can Ooga Booga, or you Ooga Booga all the way around.
You go, you blink up from a Nova bomb. Ooga Booga.
Hey man, it's just one way to go about it. It's just one way to play the game. Ooga Booga with your monster killing machine. Ooga Booga.
The Garden of Salvation raid armor set. I think this looks completely fine.
Now, this is
a
the
lot
one
of people are upset.
Yeah, this is the one that a lot of people were upset that they'd reused parts of it for from the old Eververse set.
How very dare fucking people get upset about reusing assets when fucking 95% of the community want to bring back old raids and I want to bring back Destiny 1. How fucking dare you get upset by Bungie reusing content? You utter fucking numpties. Have a fucking think. Use your brain.
Shut up. So is this the Curse of Osiris sets?
It's not a straight reskin. It has been changed, modified, moved around. There was none of the glowing shit. So I understand why people are pissed off. And I'm not going to say that they're not even, like, they're partly valid in it, but the fact that people are out there carrying on like it's the fall of fucking Western civilization and that this is the beginning of the erosion of, we're only ever going to get reskin things for raids ever again and all this sort of shit. Like, I mean, the COD skins were reskins and no one fucking complained about that at the time, aren't they? Isn't there reskins in that fucking loot pool?
To play devil's advocate, I still think that when they re-released Crota and Oryx and Vault of Glass raid, those raid sets are the pinnacle of what we've seen. And I do see that when you do a pinnacle activity, you should look the coolest as well. And I think these look cool, but I can see why people aren't extremely happy with it.
Oh, dude, yeah. But like, as I said, it's a warranted criticism. I'm sure it's one that Bungie have absolutely heard by this point. But if you are out there carrying on saying that, everything about this fucking new Shadowkeep is recycled because we're going back to the moon and because all the armors are reskins, just fuck off and play something else. Just shut up. No one wants to hear it. Moving on.
I hear it. I'll defend you. I'll defend
what?
No,
the moon's a fucking
don't
reskin.
Defend them. Don't defend them.
No, because
do not defend them. No. Using fucking old assets is fucking A, cost effective. B, it means that you can bring them back in some way, shape, or form, add a little bit of color to them, add some fucking shaders or add something to them that makes them different or make them that tie into the lore of whatever season that they're on. No. Do
No,
not defend these fucking neckbeard mouth breathers.
No, of course there's no room for being aggressive about it and for having a go at it. But I think for a game that has said that they want to be more of an MMO and they are adding Armor 2. And they're adding Armor 2.0, which means you can do the Destiny as much as you want and you can make your Guardians look as cool as possible. I think for Pinnacle activities, I do think it should be new and it should be exciting. I think that's reasonable. Obviously, I'm not going to be reading about it, but I see that.
Yeah, and I mean, especially when you scroll down and you look at the next lot that are fucking incredible looking.
I love these. I love
They probably
these.
should have been the raid gear, if in my opinion.
The Vex one should have been the raid gear. That should have been the raid gear.
This
phenotype plasticity universal ornament set is fucking amazing.
Insane,
so
man.
I love the Titan. Like people are just like, oh, fucking. It's just he just took the fucking Ansett helmet off and put it on. Took it on his back. I love the Titan. I love the way it looks. I love the shine of it. I love the helmet. It's like helmet of Saint 14, but with Vexy eyes, and it's just it looks really fantastic.
Can you
and
see
you
that the it's
Vex
almost
milk.
like they've almost mixed the Warlock and the Titan set the other way around. Because the Warlock's got one big shoulder pad, and normally we see
Titans get the guess what? I fucking cook soup in my arm.
Normally the wings and that kind of stuff is more Warlocky.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they've switched it.
You know what? Thinking of that, I think the Hunter set could be used as a Titan.
Yeah, that too.
But look at that. So it's got its Vex foot. It's got its Vex foot.
Yeah, that's coming back too. The fake foot.
I
what do you
love
mean
that.
the Vex? What do you mean the Vex? What am I?
Look at the Hunter.
Look at the
Hunter. Yeah, okay. The Vex foot's come back. Yeah, that came with the Triumph, Age of Triumph ornaments.
Yep.
The Vault of Glass ornaments.
So, but that's I think this armor. So are a lot of people just going, oh, it's ugly. But it's got the radio lariat thing on the middle of the chest. It's got. I think the armor looks really, really cool.
Yeah. Yep.
While the phenotype is way cooler, I feel that thematically the raid armor will fit the garden much better. You know what, Jugs?
It's got leaves on it. I'll allow it.
you know what? I reckon it ties in with the season. It ties in with the season. I don't know about the raid, but it definitely ties in with the season. Like the raid, the raid is like, I think of it this way. You go and get the raid armor. The raid armor, it's all busted. It's got colors and stuff on it, but it's all busted. We're going back, we're fighting ancient Vex.
Yeah.
Sort of. So we're grabbing stuff from them. We're just like, yep, and weld that there, bit of blue tack there, no worries. And we've got ourselves an armor set. And use this, and it's just like the upgraded version of it. That's how I'm going to think of it. Fuck them. All right. The Iron Will armor set for Iron Banner.
Super subtle.
I think the best looking one.
You
the
know
best
what?
looking one out of that is the Hunter. As much as it hates for me to, I hate to say it, it's the Hunter looks fantastic.
I think once people start adding their shaders, I think the Iron Will set is a nice blank canvas. That's the best thing about the Iron Will.
You could add really nice shaders to that, and it just looks nice.
Can I just? You know what I'm going to do next time that there's a big release of this sort of shit. I'm going to make it so that you can see them first and foremost. If you're watching the stream, you can see what we're looking at. But secondly, how well does the DDU do fashion police?
It's not Destiny. This is Destiny.
This is a blank canvas. Once people
Who
get their hands on it,
Who are you wearing?
I think it's good.
But you know,
Ikora, who are you wearing? Come over here and speak to me. Who are you wearing?
Darling.
Darling.
So you know what I've just sort of thought then is
Matt's frozen.
Now you have more flexibility for your armor sets, as in you can put your perks on your armor, and you can mix and match. There is more value in having a set like the Iron Will that is slim and a bit more plain, because sometimes you might, let's say you want like a really bold. Now I'm really saying like
No, go for it. Go for it. I'm into it.
So like the phenotype, heaps of boldness there, right? But you could take the helmet or you could take the helmet and just the legs, and then you could take bits and pieces of the slim Iron Will to make it look really cool. Like if you don't want to go all out with the entire phenotype set, you don't need to do that, right? And you take the slim Iron Will, the sleek design of some of those pieces, and mix it with the Vex.
Oh, so good. What will fashion forward Mylan Games be wearing into the raid? Whom will he be wearing?
From Reflex Point in the chat. Baby, I'm wearing the finest fallen pelts woven with Cabal blood vessels and encrusted with Vex eyes. It's all done by Dolce & Gabbana.
It's beautiful.
Oh my God.
That's good. I'm into it. But that's the thing. Like, I look at this and this shit makes me excited. I'm a fucking 34-year-old man who exclusively wears sleeveless band shirts. So, fuck. Imagine if this was what you were actually into. You'd be like, oh my God. You'd be fucking all over it. Flies on shit.
I love this. I love this so much. And tie it in with the best dressed Guardian per month from the other week as well. Like.
Yeah, we're going to get a fashion contest every month. I really like this, but let's move on from the the demure Iron Will armor set into the Empyrean Cartographer Universal Ornament set. Now, this is, I guess, an Eververse one, so we'll preface it by saying that. But I saw this and holy fucking shit! Look at the Titan. It looks like
the arms.
The arms have giant fucking lions' heads on them. The helmet is a normal Titan helmet. The helmet is a normal Titan helmet with the bottom of a fucking ice skate just embedded in it. So you can ice skate around upside down on your head. I've had conversations with Bungie devs and they told me that upside down ice skating is a feature that will be brought into the game very soon. So rest assured.
Imagine if you put that helmet on and had a perk. Imagine if you put that helmet on, you had a perk instead of fucking shoulder charging or kneeing someone in the head. You just run at them head first. Right.
And they just get split in half.
Just run at them head first, and their dead body just stays impaled on your head as you run around with a fucking corpse on there.
He really is rocking the Guile hairdo. Fucking hell.
It is the Guile from the side.
It is Guile, yeah.
And he's got a hairy back too. I don't know. I'm not sure what that's about. But
the whole thing, this armor set is, I don't know. It's nice. It's nice. It's a bit different. It's multicolored.
Disgusting, but
the colors aren't very great. But I think it's a nice set. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the hunter's got a quiver on. I only just noticed that. Thank you, Sassy. But
taking a leaf out of Matt's book of building a set out over a few different armor sets. Like there's maybe you would get your accent piece out of this armor set and then build an armor layout around it. Like maybe you only want to use the shoulders, so you get something a little bit more simple for your chest piece from maybe the aforementioned Iron Will armor set, a bit more demure.
Well, you see the Titan's chest piece. Like he could fucking run at them and like go to fucking bro chest bump them and just stab them in the throat.
Yeah, that is just solely that bit that comes out like here is just solely for catching food.
It's a food catch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I wonder if the female No.
Yeah. Let's just put a pin in that.
In addition to this, all the currently available armor sets will drop as Armor 2.0 versions when Shadowkeep launches. Armor 2.0 Reprisals, Crucible Year 1, including ornaments. Vanguard Year 1, including ornaments. Black Armory, Forge, Gambit, Forsaken, Season of the Drifter, Menagerie, all Menagerie armor, Raids, Leviathan, Eater of World, Spire of Stars, Last Wish, Crown of the Past, Crown of Sorrow, Scourge of the Past, Crown of Sorrow, Destinations, EDZ, Titan, Nessus, IO, Mercury, Mars, Vendor, and EP. Tangled Shore and Dreaming City. You know what? I really like the EP armor, even though it looks like the legs look like you're wearing something from fucking.
But where are the legs? That's the beauty of it. You don't have to wear it all now.
No. But I like the helmet. The helmet on that armor set is really nice.
I can't wait to get back to
something from the Gap.
The Devastation Complex shit for Titan, because that was not the helmet specifically, but just the big. It's a pretty plain chest piece with the fucking big puffy fucking collar and all that sort of shit. I'm all about that. Titans need fur, man. That's where it's at. The Titans. That's my fucking fashion tip.
That means with all the ornaments and the increase of matte stacks and glimmer stacks and all that sort of thing, that means you can play around, find an armor set you really, really like, or find a few pieces of armor that you really, really like, and you could go, fuck yeah. You know what? Tom, why don't you make an armor set? I don't know how this would work, but Tom from Braytech, why don't you make an armor set? Make something on your website where you can mix and match armor sets, do like scans of armor or something like that. I'm not sure how that'll work or if it could, but if people could use your website to mix and match armor pieces to see what they look like.
Destiny fashion manager.
Anyway. Yeah, I'd be for. You know what, mate? I'd be all for that. You know.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, from the Destiny 2 update 2.5.2.2, Braytech's Dress Ups edition.
That's it. Sold,
mate. Nailed it. This week we deployed the hotfix 2.5.2.2. The hotfix has made several targeted quality of life adjustments to the Destiny 2 experiences, including changes to the quest, the Wendigo, GL3, and the Mountaintop Pinnacle grenade launchers. For a full list of changes, make sure you check the page on the TWAB. The changes to the Mountaintop means that PvP is full of people using fucking fighting lions and all that sort of thing. And the changes to the Wendigo make it a little bit easier to grab. So that's nice. Good stuff. Now, Tuesday, September 17th, Moments of Triumph ends. You will not be able to get the 2019 after that. So if you are pushing to get your 2019 title, September 17th is the cutoff date. Get that.
Good.
Get that.
Are we done with it? Is that the end of the TWAB? Holy shit, what a monster.
What a monster.
What a monster of a
PC
fucking
silver
TWAB.
purchases.
All right, yeah, hang on. This might
Log
be
into
important.
claim by October 1. In preparation for the upcoming Destiny 2 PC migration to Steam, this week, all Destiny 2 game and silver product listings were disabled for purchase on Battle.net. Players should be aware, however, that all in order for recent server purchases to successfully transfer to Steam, players must log into Destiny 2 on Battle.net before October 1 to claim their purchase silver. The option to purchase silver will be re-enabled on Steam on October 1 when Shadow launches. For more information on the move to Steam, please visit the PC Move page. There are also issues with cross-save, so make sure you contact them as well. Movie of the week, Once Upon a Time in the Reef, is it's a guitar thing. So
I liked it.
You're out. Fuck yeah.
I liked it. No, it was good. It was better than anything I've done.
By
Fucking
Ryan
oath.
Abundo on
Get on
YouTube.
him. Good on you, Ryan.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. It's a Destiny 2 Forsaken OST guitar. Abundo. And then we've got a Ricochet sniping montage from I'm Your Blueberry. Good stuff, guys. All right, that's it.
All right, Matty. Do you want to talk about shirts? Do you want to talk about them shirts?
No.
What?
Guys, before we get into the shirts, within 5 days, the Destiny community came together, defeated Nokris, defeated Zol, killed a shitload of Hive, and killed the EP boss so many times. And I can honestly say I am so wowed by it.
Much wow.
I am so wowed by like a lot of people dropped off for Destiny and they were waiting for Shadowkeep to come out. But a lot of people also came back and they just threw days at this. They threw days at this. And you know what? Good on ya.
Good on ya.
Good on you.
It's funny because we had set aside time to talk about the awesome tool that someone made and posted on Reddit for figuring out where the community was actually up to. And by the time we got to talk about it, it was fucking finished. So it's all at 100%, baby. I hope that dude is inspired by that, or whoever made that. And when we see these things pop up in the future, we can absolutely do the. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, it's all metadata, really, tracking people across such a massive scale. It's huge.
The tool is it was D2 Community Event 2019, and it was made by Reddit user Luke Skywalker 16.
Good on
And there
you.
was another one that I saw, but I can't remember the name of it. But well done, fucking well done. Like that's huge. The whole community should give itself a pat on the back. Not that it usually does. It does anyway, because people deliver hot takes and then go, "Oh yeah, my hot take is so good." yeah, fucking wanker.
All right, Matt, talk about law, please.
Right.
Yeah, look, I haven't been working on. I have been working a bit for the law stuff. I'm trying to get through the 50 mysteries of Destiny that I made in 2016. And I've only been able to get through like 10 questions at a time because there'd be like half an hour videos. It's like 10. And like, okay, so like one of the questions is like, whatever happened to Prince Aldrin? Well, boys and girls, sit down. Let me tell you. Right. So that's been absolutely destroying me, which is why I've been tired this week. But in law news, Bungie store released Shadowkeep Haunted Eris Fire Team t-shirt, and the design of it is in fact five guardians in
the spooky guardians from the trailer.
Yeah, the shadow guardians essentially, like in that sort of twisted ghost fashion on there. So sort of like we know they all died. I guess this is further confirmation. Maybe this links to revealing what those guardians are on the moon, which is likely going to be the guardians who died in the Great Disaster. A bit of a thematic link there. So interesting. Some people disagree that Toland is featured on there because technically Toland's not dead. Maybe his physical body's dead though. So you can argue that that's why we see that
Toland doesn't
Haunted
exist and it's all been a trick.
Yeah, it's funny. It's that's what Anon Pig basically hinted at this week. I thought, that would be a cool goddamn twist. And then someone said, "Oh, but why would he help us defeat Oryx?" I'm like, "Well, that's easy. Savathun basically guided us through the Dreadnought to kill her sister, so that makes sense." And then what was the other thing? Why would they help us? Why would Toland guide us to Riven? It's like, well, that makes sense too, because when we killed Riven, we enacted the Dreaming City curse with the last wish. So that's also part of Savathun's plot. So I don't think it will come true, but I love those kind of theories. And they're so fun to talk about, like take little bits and pieces from here and there. Yeah.
Does Eris know that Toland's talking to us though? Or could she be?
She should.
Well, I mean, if she's under the assumption that he's dead, then it's effectively a nightmare based on her understanding that he's dead. Maybe that's why he's there. I don't know. Obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be a very loose way of doing it.
She hasn't been around in quite a while. When did she leave? At Age of Triumph, she left after introducing Ashemia with the Vex infection, and then hasn't returned since. So
fair enough.
I'm looking forward. Eris Morn, man, coming back.
We're gonna have to ask her at PAX. All right.
No, all right. So, did you want to get through the questions that we've got from?
Yeah, I'll jump into. I did create a quick Twitter post just to try and keep a handle on people's questions. Yeah, if you want to jump in, but if you've got questions now, just kind of spam them a little bit. Maybe post them 3 or 4 times to make sure they get through.
Just tag me at Real Time Sloth in the chat, and if I see them, I'll read them. All right. So, question from Twitter, Sassy, as in at Sassy TPB, the pineapple headed man. What would be the drink of choice in the Garden of Salvation? Beer.
Yeah, it's a beer garden of salvation. That's why we called it that.
Yeah, it's B-E-E-R.
I don't know. You can have whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you. We're going to try and just get normal drinks and put black ink in them and call them tinctures. So you can...
Spruce juice.
Spruce juice.
In breaking news, 100 Guardians were poisoned at the latest beer garden of salvation because someone put ink in the fucking beer.
Brand. I'll be if I can get my hands on Great Norlands, I'll be making.
Great Norlands are the tits, but we'll see what is on offer. It doesn't really matter as long as it's beer.
No,
right?
It does not, as long as it's beer. From Dredgen Mona, the 11 Guardian. Is there anything that you are still grinding for? It's fucking shut up.
I asked her. You're
or are you just whatever? Is there anything you're still grinding for, or are you just stacking materials and preparing for Shadowkeep? I'm not grinding for anything.
I
play
am
PvP.
grinding. I am grinding for a Waking Vigil. Now that double drops from the Menagerie era thing, that's where I'm going to be until I get a God roll. So that's the deal. So jump in because of the public event because of the community event being completed. Double drops from the Menagerie. You can even occasionally get a triple drop. So you want to get in there and grind a little ass out.
Menagerie.
Yeah,
I suppose there is Menagerie. So yeah, Menagerie, and then next week I suppose I'll try and grind a decent spare rations, because that's in Thingo next week.
Spare rats.
From chat at Darwin's, how am I going to finish Chronicler if the curse cycle ends in Shadowkeep? I don't think that is something you have to worry about, Darwin's. I don't think that's something you'll have to worry about. I think that you will have the time to finish all the titles that aren't going away. So that is the titles that are going away are 2019, and I think it's only 2019. I'll have to double check. I'll double check and I'll let you know on Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
Specifically, Truth to Power. You'll be fine. From Jake M. Thank you, mate. At Log Power Slave at Real Time Sloth. As Titans, what's your favorite crayon flavor? Got to make sure everyone is catered for at PAX. I like red.
I also like red, the raspberry flavor crayon.
Yeah.
I was actually looking.
Yeah,
I was actually looking
I've
around my office for a crayon to see if I could find one that the kids had maybe left, and I was going to eat it, but alas.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I could definitely go for grape, purple flavored crayon.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring a crayon down to PAX. I'm going to eat it.
Matt, are you going to eat a crayon at PAX also? Or?
No, I'm paying attention to what the fucking chat's saying at the moment and just thinking of some, thoughtful insight for this fucking podcast without you guys.
All right. Well, come on, go.
Well, look, I think the general concern, and I sort of see where it's coming from with titles, is everything's sort of open ended at the moment and nothing's been resolved. And I guess as a general concern is like if we start resolving narrative stuff, what happens to the titles? And obviously we don't know how that's going to play out, and we have to wait and see to Shadowkeep. And we're definitely sort of in new territory if they start closing certain narratives off. And specifically when we had this conversation with removing activities to what happens then. So yeah, I hear in chat. I don't know how it's going to play out, to be honest.
Do we get to a point though where like if you've had a year and a half to do it and it goes away and you didn't get it done, then tough titties? Like, are we?
Yeah, I think so.
Like if they were to come around and say, guess what, Log, you can't get Chronicler, to me now I'd go, oh, well, probably deserve that because I didn't put any work into it. So,
yeah, I'm very much in the same boat.
I think that we're going to have to go that way, and like the whole complete completionist of Destiny, if you want to get everything, you're going to need to be on it all the time and really fucking making the most of your time grinding towards these things. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's what will eventually happen. Yeah.
Yep.
To be honest, I don't. Now that I think about it, I wonder whether they will, because I sort of feel like if that was going to happen, they almost would have to give us warning, and that they've been so good at giving us warning, like do this before Shadowkeep to make sure you don't miss out. Do you think if they removed any titles with Shadowkeep, we would have known by now? Like if there was going to be,
I don't think it'll be with Shadowkeep.
I think we would know by now.
I don't think it'll be with Shadowkeep. I think the curse cycle will just continue on doing its thing over in the corner, like for the time being.
It might be a little bit later.
And probably the next narrative leap, whether that's Destiny 3 or whatever, wherever we end up next, is probably more likely it's going to end, and it'll be the main driving plot of what happens next. Because Shadow keeps like a thing, sure, but I don't think it's the main thing. If that makes sense. Anyway,
yeah. All right. And a question from Raziel Reaper. Thank you, mate. Can you confirm that the sandbox lead is a Titan main? The only explanation for Triker not getting tuned and Sentinels getting another suppression ability. Well, we covered that. Supers are getting their damage resistance dropped, and quite obviously, as annoying as Bottom Tree Striker is, it doesn't, according to Bungie, it doesn't seem to be the issue. So regardless of whether the sandbox leads are Titan mains or not,
we know that they
have the data. They have the data, and just because you don't like something doesn't mean that it needs to be changed. All right, champ? No worries.
yeah, fair enough. Actually,
This is what happens when you fucking question Titans. They just headbutt you back.
Yeah. But, forgive us our ignorance. We're just dumb men.
Why can't they just do separate instances for world states and tie them to your character? Then you have to make the decision to advance to the next world state. You mean, that's from Ryan Cygnus. Thanks, mate. You mean something very similar to like Division, how you've got world states as in like world 1, 2, 3, and 4? Or are you talking about a very sort of what you see when you speak to someone, you have a different dialogue and you see different things in the world than what someone else would see?
Yeah.
I think he's talking about like world evolution, like rather than everyone, let's say you hadn't completed.
Well, Destiny's kind of already like that in a way where, Sassy's character, Freelo, like, Cade is still alive.
It's so but it's a little bit of a mix at the moment. I
don't know. It's
all right. What we're going to do, we're going to take one more question. I don't care what the question is, but then after that, I'm going to tell you guys a fact, and it is a very exciting fact. Okay.
Zone phases.
What?
Wait, what was that, Tom? I don't know. I missed it. Why does Bungie blinker content instead of expanding the universe? Well, Shadow, they touched on that. That's from NUFC Shadow. They touched on that last week, where they want to have content that is meaningful. They want content to bring the player in. You do what you want to do. You be part of that content. Like, so for Shadowkeep, it's going to be the Vex invasion on the moon. You're part of that content, and then once it's over, it's over. They've expanded the universe. You've got that experience, and then they're drawing back. So this is the thing that I was touching on before. A lot of people get really upset by reusing content, but they also don't want. They want more shit to do.
Old activities to remain there forever.
Yeah, they want old activities to be there. So the other thing that I will actually backtrack to what I said a few weeks ago, is that they also don't want the game to be too big. Yeah. At this point in time, Shadowkeep for PC to download it is over 150 gigabytes. PC, that's okay to download. Like on PC on Steam, that's pretty okay to download. But imagine doing that every fucking season, like a 60, 70 gig update every season
on a console.
For console users.
Yeah, it's too much, man.
It's too much. It's way too much. Not even big MMOs like ESO have like big fucking updates, consistent. Like when I say consistent, I mean 3 monthly turnover updates like that. Even games like ESO and WoW don't have updates like that every 3 months. So just chill.
Yeah.
D2 on PS4 right now is 86 gigs. Yeah, like see that right there, like that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, it's enormous.
So, you know,
I'd be interested to
it is what
see
it is.
what's out there that's bigger than that in the current.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there'd be very much. I don't think there'd be very much at all. All right. Well, I'll tell you an exciting fact, and then we're going to go and we're going to raid someone. So, Slothy, if you want to find someone to raid, that'd be fucking epic.
Looking for one, mate.
The interesting and amazing fact is that there are already 60 people that have registered to go to the fucking Bungie event, 2-hour event at PAX in an hour.
Mate.
So I'm starting to feel a little bit like maybe if you really want to go, fucking jump on it quick. Because it seems to be, they're flying off the shelves here, kids. They're flying off the shelves. Spots are flying off the shelves.
Excited and nervous.
It does, doesn't it? Now, we're not in a place where there's going to be infinite capacity. So just get on it quick. We'll keep you updated as best we can with how we're going to manage it. So
if we have a good problem, then which means we've got more people that want to come than we can hold, then it's a good problem for us to have, and we can return back to Bungie with the fantastic news being that the Australian community is fucking fanatic about this, and we need more space.
Hell yeah. So get in there and fucking register.
Yeah.
Make sure you register, guys. Make sure you register. Yeah. So all of the details will be down in the YouTube description. That will be the Eventbrite stuff. If you want more information on PAX, search PAX Australia in Google. That'll take you to the website, or take you to the Google search page. It'll take you to the website, and you'll be able to do what you do there. And that's about it, guys.
We're going to wrap it up, Slothy. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't done in a while? You know what we haven't done in a while? A themed fucking Slothy wrap. We're going to go with uplifting today because it's been such a brilliant day worth of news. Here you go. Uplifting.
Right.
You're on it.
Firstly and foremostly, guys, don't be a cunt. Secondly, call your mother. If you don't have a mother, call your father. If you don't have a father or a mother, call your your best friend.
Yep. Be nice.
Make sure you get in touch with someone. I've seen a lot of people go through burnout the last couple of days on Twitter and all that sort of thing, and on Twitch. If you are going through that, talk to someone. Don't hold it.
I can't handle this backing music, man.
No, neither
Matt,
can
just
I.
go
It's
with it.
fucking
Just go with it. Go with it.
Right.
Linger up.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed the podcast, please hit that follow button. We've had a few resubscribers today. Thank you very much. We've had a few bits today. Thank you very much. As Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. Thank you, Cream. Be excellent to each other. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the podcast, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. You won't get any notifications because YouTube can suck the biggest of fucking dongs in the world. And if you don't have a dong, it can suck on the largest part of your labia, and we'll go from there. But guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. If we've missed anything, if you have any questions, queries, doubtful points, let us know on Twitter at DDU_podcast, at Myling Games, at LogPowerSlave, at Realtime Sloth. And until the next time, go get a drink and just fucking relax, eh?
How did you do that? How did you know that was when it was coming to a crescendo? Like, I could feel it.
I could hear it.
See, I told you, just go with it, man. Go with it. All right, mate. What do you got?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go host a TA clan member. He is currently playing Gambit. If you guys would like to come along and raid him and say g'day a lot and all that sort of thing, that'd be cool. If not, that's fine. But it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for hanging out, and we'll see you all next week.
The law will find you in a Destiny changing room with three fashionistas guiding you with the best dress sets in Destiny 2. That's it.
Fuck, what was that? All right, bye. I think it's time. Bye.